Welcome to the Kane and Reloaded show. This your boy 305 Kane.
And it's your boy DJ Reloaded.
Before we get started, we need y'all to smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell right next to that subscribe button so you get notified whenever we go live. And make sure you share the video. Tell your friends and family about what we bring to the table here at the Kane and Reloaded show. Now, tonight's topic, we're going to talk about Shameik Moore and the backlash he received on Twitter for blaming the black community for police brutality. DJ Reloaded, talk to me.
Also, before I start, I like to say if you see this on Facebook and it takes you to, it don't take you to your app, go on to your app, type in that Kane and Reloaded show, press that subscribe. The more support, the bigger the show can get. And I'm not too proud to ask for the help. We need the help, fam.
Yes. Please do. Make sure you get over there. If you catch this on Facebook, you get to the internet and you don't want to log in there and you got the app, go to the app, go to the search bar, hit the Kane and Reloaded show. First thing up top, hit that subscribe button. You ain't even got to go into the page. Just hit the subscribe button right there and keep it pushing.
Yes, sir. First tweet from Shameik Moore states, "See, I have a very strong opinion. The black community hates to hear, but needs to hear. We need to learn how to deal with police and our racism because this is the part of the scenario we have failed to fix." When I read that statement, I look over it. I respect his opinion. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, but I disagree with this statement. Right? I think that we have tried to deal with policemen in a very professional way, a very courteous way. 9 times out of 10, most people, when the police get behind you, you're kind of tense, right?
Right.
Now, respect, fear, how you want to dress it up is one and the same in my book. So I think the black community do give police the respect that they deserve. What happens is sometimes is you get a RoboCop who comes to a situation and escalate the situation rather than having people skills to de-escalate the situation and make sure all parties go home safe. Now, you may have an incident when someone's trying to refuse to go to jail, get arrested. That happens. That's a part of the job. You gonna have those one-off situations, but most times, black people, you pull up, they get busted in the wrong. They comply, they go to jail. How you feel about that?
I just the way I feel about it is, why do you think the black community has this thing of F the police or not wanting to deal with the police or want to stay away from it? Why do you think that? Because of these situations have been going on forever. Video cameras have brought light to these situations.
Yeah.
There's plenty of incidents where, look at this incident. He was complying. How else could you deal with the police other than do what they say?
I mean, he was in handcuffs. I mean, he was no threat.
How else could you deal with the police if you already complying? So when you say you got to learn how, black people have to learn how to deal with police, now you're trying to stereotype us as a community, trying to say anytime police come, we rowdy, we fighting back, and we putting ourselves in these situations. And it doesn't say, you're taking the blame off of the officers who are putting innocent people who are complying in these situations. Right. You're taking the blame off of them by trying to say, we need to learn how to deal with them. No, they need to learn how to deal with us because we're the one dying. They're not dying. You're not seeing blacks killing officers. You're seeing officers killing them.
Yeah. I totally agree. what they call it, what, victim shaming. We being victimized, and here it is, a young black male who may not really understand what he's saying. He's shining a negativity towards the black community and saying, "Hey, yo, deal with your racism because it's you guys." That's how I took it. But,
Facts. Moving on to the next tweet. He continued, why do we give them energy they want? He asked. Give them an inch, they will take a mile. No one asked for my opinion, but it's 2020, not 1945, meaning I'm more focused on Black futures than Black history. I personally refuse to feel like a victim. I refuse to have a slave mentality. I I do not I do not fear for my life because I know how to carry myself in tough situations. So I'm gonna touch on that first. Okay. Now he basically said that what happened to George Floyd was George Floyd's fault.
mm,
That's what I got from this because he said, I don't fear for my life because I know how to handle myself in tough situations. So you
okay.
got four. I was talking to my wife earlier, right? If you have four grown men from 170 to 200 pounds on your back, that's 800 pounds, estimate of almost 800 pounds of people on your back. How are you going to handle that tough situation, Shameik?
I mean, when I look at this here, I mean, so many, Tamir Rice, it was his fault for being in the park. Police took no more than what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds as he was getting out the car and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So a kid being a kid playing with a toy gun is his fault.
Yeah, that's his fault.
I mean, I don't know. I'm confused about some of the direction that he's going. Now I can understand if these situations every time they went down, black people was shooting back at the police,
Mm-hmm.
trying to meet that force with with the same force. I get it. Most time those situations happens, you don't hear a peep from the black community.
Mm.
It's only when we unarmed Sandra Bland. There's no reason to handle a woman that way.
Mm-mm.
You know, he basically blaming them, and he
Yep.
basically blaming every situation on the
Them.
black community. I'm just devastated just reading some of these messages that he put out there. Uh, all opinions ain't good opinions, and I'm not saying that we should just hate white people or hate police officers. No, we're talking to the bad to the bad apples.
Mm-hmm.
You have to address the bad apples that's out there. So it's not all police officers; it's the bad apples that's out there. Moving on, we have to work on our community before blaming everything on race and police. One, there is still black on black violence that need to be addressed. And two, if we know that the wrong white person could change our whole life with a false, um, how do you feel about that? You were supposed to read this one here. You jumped to the wrong one. So I'm gonna let you take over this one here. Um, because you got the numbers. I want you to run those numbers real quick. So again, he basically saying that we have to work on our community, which I agree with that. Before blaming everything on race and police, number one, there's still black on black violence that needs to be addressed. Go ahead, tell me how you feel.
Okay, so I got some numbers. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. Once again, we're gonna give props to the young man because he put in a lot of hard work. I pay attention to what he put out there. And if you come across this video, man, get over there, pay attention to him too. All right. Shout out to Young Pharaoh though. Candace Owens earlier, I think it was a week or so ago, she put out some false statistics about the black community and the violence. And she said 85% of violent crimes are committed by the black community. She said 50% of all murders are committed by the black community. And she said 90% of black on black 90% of blacks kill blacks. 90% of blacks kill blacks. Okay. Now, young Pharaoh broke it down and went to the FBI's page and pulled up the statistics. Okay. White violent crimes, it was 230,299 white violent crimes. Black violent crimes were 146,734. So 85%, she's wrong. So we're not even committing 50% of the violent crimes, but she got 85%. Okay, let's move it along. The 90% of blacks killing blacks, that's a geographical fact. Who are you? If I'm beef, my neighbor is a black man. If I'm beefing, that's the person that I'm going to attack is the people that I'm beefing with, which is my neighborhood, the people that's around me. We're not in the suburbs spread it out just killing any and every dang on body. You're having problems with yourself and with your own community, which whites have the same issue. Okay, it is even. It is dang near even with whites and black because that is a geographical fact. Okay, that's your surroundings. So these numbers of thinking that the black community is just animals and we're attacking everybody and we're so violent, that's not even true. And I don't even and I still think these numbers are not even correct just because black people have a more higher conviction rate than whites. So imagine all the ones that don't get convicted. They're not on this list. They're not adding into these numbers. The police officers that get the George Zimmermans out there, the police officers that get off on these crimes, the two guys that killed Aubrey that almost got away with it, they're not added to this list. So when you throw out statistics about a community of people, especially your own community, go do a little dig a little deeper and get a little bit more, facts before you talk about your own community like that and try to shame us and to make us look like violent people.
I mean, I talk about the black on black crime. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is why I wanted to touch on this story. We talk about it, we point out some of the misbehavior within our community, but most parts of our community is cool, is down to earth. Um, there's violence in every community. Hell, I was at work today and I seen the police in an all white community. Um, they called the police on a white lady. Um, so there's crime, there's violence in every community, no matter where you at in the United States or across the world. So I think this notion of black on black crime is nothing but a distraction, and it's nothing but a tactic to say, look at them, they're animals. I never hear white people on media saying white on white crime or
Mm,
brown on brown crime. It's always black on black crime, as if we the only people that kill each other, that rob each other, that have domestic violence spats with our significant others. That's what when I hear this black on black crime, that's what I think about, right? And this is a media tactic to throw everybody off to make it feel like, yo, black people are violent.
right,
And for him to say that again as a black man, hey man, to me it seems like you're dogging your community more than trying to uplift it in a time of need, in a time of pain.
facts.
um, Next week, I just feel the solution is not to continue to handle the situation the way we've been handling it. There are there are no result. That is literally the definition of insanity. I totally, I this one here is a different, is a whole different vibe for me. I think we do need to handle these situations, and not just police brutality in a different light, but all situations in a different light. And what we've been saying again, it's about self love. It's about coming together as a community. So these situations wouldn't even occur at such a a yearly or monthly occurrences. So I think that we do need to look at our as far as community a little bit differently. I mean, I know I'm taking a whole different angle on his whole topic and his thought process, but we've been saying it. I mean, as far as black entrepreneurship, black support, um, at the end of the day, it's what we need to move forward so that instead of everybody looking down upon our community, they can see the strength in our community. They know that, hey, that that they take care of their own like everybody else.
Right. But that's what we talk about here a lot. And this is a disclaimer for the Cane and Reloaded show. We are not biased show. We don't not like white people or Spanish people or whatever race or ethnicity you are. We're not against anybody. Okay. But what we trying to do here is preach for our people to bring unity amongst each other and for
Right.
us to come together as a community and stand up for each other, just like every other community. And I believe us as a community and you should realize that we deserve that too. We
Yeah.
ain't asking you for your piece of land. We telling you to just leave us alone with ours. And I feel like, I just have to put that disclaimer out there because I don't want people to think that this is a show or we bashing anybody. But
Mm.
we just want to talk to our community. And like DJ Reloaded said, he may have turned, this way with that thought process, but maybe this is the thought process he wanted to get out there, is for us to bring unity to each other. And his wording may have been, you know, wrong timing. But
Yeah.
us as a community do need to see things in a different light and learn that we got to stand for each other and we got to say enough is enough and stop
Right.
waiting for other people to give us that opportunity. We come together, we will show we're strong enough to tell you enough is enough.
Facts. Last message. Look, all I'm saying is, in the moment when we are experiencing racism, can we, the black community, find ways to avoid being killed or hunted? One, I mean, definitely. I mean, again, this is not all. This is not every day that you just see unarmed men who's complying being killed. I think black people do, for the most part, do the best to comply. Now, what I seen in Michigan when the police officer, ran up to the black lady and started punching her in the face, and then they tased her husband, which he had every right to fight for his wife. I mean, any man's gonna fight for his woman, and then the black woman fought back, which is a natural process. Fight or flight, right? So she chose to fight. Um, at some point, you have to we have to understand that. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I done said it a couple times. All skin folk and kin folk, right? I'm wrapping minds up, right? I think this young man is suffering from Stock syndrome. I
Stockholm.
think that Stockholm syndrome. My bad. Appreciate it. I think that he's suffering from Stockholm syndrome. I think that what he is doing is blaming the black community for the black struggle, not thinking about the past and the position that the black people have been put in, from redlining, from slavery, from segregation, from slavery. I don't think that he understand or young enough to realize that our conditions and our situation has been manufactured. And I'm pretty sure I see that he got some success. He is on a show. He did play the voice of Spider-Man in the cartoon Miles. Um, my kids love that movie. But I just don't think that he truly sees the suffering that most of the black communities are going through. Yes, we can work hard and pull ourselves up by our bootstrap, but it's a damn fight every day. And although I commend him for putting his opinion out, because you always got to give the man the benefit of the doubt and respect his opinion, but I just totally disagree. How can you blame a child for playing with a toy gun and being shot by police? How can you blame a black man who was walking in Walmart with a toy gun and getting shot in the back? How? Like think about all the situations that have occurred throughout the years and just say, you know, how can we not, be killed or hunted? Aubrey was hunted. He was this man was going for a run. They cut him off and had somebody following him and shot him dead in the street. What he got to ask himself is, why did he feel so negative about his own community? And if he can answer that question and be truthful about it, which is a paycheck, hey, I can respect that. Just say you're getting paid to do this. But go ahead.
But that's how I feel. I feel he getting paid to do it, man. Because ain't no way you gonna tell me you don't think about the past. You only focus on the future. That means you just erase your history and all of the things that we have been going through as a community for hundreds of years. You
Right.
erased it and said all you thinking about is the future, which is your check and the way you live and you being more comfortable than the next man is what I see in this situation. I see a lot of selfishness because in this situation, he took himself, put himself in George Floyd's shoes, and said, "I could have handled that situation way better than him, and I would still be alive." Is what he said to me, and
Mm.
I look at that and I come to that conclusion because when you go through his tweets and everything he's saying, he basically in so many words, blame George Floyd for that happening to him and saying that cop wasn't racist. It's not racist white people out there doing this to us. It's us doing it to us. We need to learn how to deal with them better. We need to learn how to talk to police better. I watched them video. That man was already in handcuffs for a long time. They set him down on the side of the wall and everything before they did what they had to do with him, which was kill him.
Right.
So, how can you put yourself in that man's shoes and say you would know how to get out of a tough situation? Well, show me how to get out of a situation where somebody murdering you. Four people holding you down and letting somebody murder you. How can you get out of that situation? Show me. Show me. I would want to know. You should be out here teaching classes, teaching all of us as a community, so none of us can get put in these situations. Show me how your kid can be at the park playing with a gun, a toy gun, and die. And show me how you would have taught your son how he can get out of that tough situation. Show me how your son can walk through Walmart where Walmart sell toy guns and get shot in the back in the store where they selling toy guns. How he get out of that tough situation? Shameik, show me. I would want to teach my kids, teach us as a community so we can be a better community.
I mean, I guess
Because it ain't no way you're gonna sit here and tell me that man had a way out of that tough situation.
begging for air, begging for water, begging for
He
his.
had he had a crowd begging for them to not kill him, and he still died. Show me how you would show me your acting skills that's gonna get you out of that. What voiceover you gonna do and tell them I was the Spider-Man? That ain't gonna get you out of that situation. It makes no sense to even make the comments like that because unless you getting paid or you just selfish and all you thinking about is you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's either he's getting paid or he's selfish. I think he's getting paid, man.
I'm going with paid. He gotta be.
There's no way he made these comments and
Hey, I heard Hollywood shut down their studios and stuff, so ain't no money getting made. So so
he trying to
hey.
line himself up for that next deal. Hey, there's a lot of black people that's for sale. Hollywood knows it.
Mm,
Hollywood knows it. So, even his comments about he tried to piggyback on Claude Anderson comments about Rosa Parks and how they had their own bus system and stuff like that. I just think he was whack and he was wrong for even trying to reference Dr. Claude in this situation about Rosa Parks. Um, at the end, it's a time and a place, and this was the time and a place for him to just be quiet.
Right. This was a time and a place for him to say, "Rest in peace, George Floyd. I'm standing for you, black man. I'm going to try to do what I can in my power with my little influence that I do have to speak up for you, George." That's what he should have been saying, not saying, "Hey, man, you should have talked to them better. Hey, man, stop blaming them for what happened. It just happened. It was that man's fault. He should have learned how to do." Like, come on, man. Like, cut it out.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of these black actors that's getting paid
I
to
know it.
cause confusion and division and keep it up. Tell you, man,
I know it. I know
keep
it. I believe that. I believe that. You ain't gotta believe it. You believe what you want. Take your own conclusion from these tweets that he put. Get in that comment section. Let us know how you feel about his tweets and everything that he said on Twitter. Let us know how you feel about what the Canaan Reloaded said tonight. Let us know how you feel about our opinion about his opinion. Hey, everybody got an opinion. Talk to us about it. Give us your opinion. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Facebook, if you're watching this, make sure you get over there to the YouTube app. Type in the Kane and Reloaded Show. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we go live. And make sure you share this video to all your friends and family. Get us out there so we can continue to grow. Help support us, and we'll help support you. If you got a business out there that you trying to get some promotion on, hit up the Candy Reloaded Show. We here for all the support. We here to support you. You support us. It's a family. Let's be a family together.
yes, sir.
This has been your boy 305 Kane.
And this your boy DJ Reloaded.
Peace and love, family.
Peace and love.